back with hot stocks, and a stock that is certainly hot today is JubilantFoodWorks, above the 1200 mark. I think it's the day of the concept stocks. Just Dial 2 has hit a fresh high. Jubilant is up close to 3% in trade. This one came out with numbers wherein the top line met estimates, but PAT and the EBITDA numbers disappointed in the quarter 2. Ravi Gupta, CFO of the company, joins us right now to speak about that. Ravi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining in. It was a subdued quarter because while the top line was in line with analyst estimates, but operating performance and the bottom line came in below. Take us to the highlights of the quarter.
See, this quarter, in view of the economic environment being very at the lower side, and also the weak consumer sentiment, we have done 3-4 things in this quarter. First of all, we have launched 3 new products. 2 new products for the Domino's pizzas and 1 for Dunkin' Donut. New product typically bring back the consumers and give a reason for them to try the product, and it also encourages new consumers to join the category. For Domino's pizzas in July, we will launch Lebanese rolls, and in the month of September we will launch a new product, Calzone Pockets. In Dunkin', we have expanded the category by introducing burgers to the category. Now, all these products have been very successful in terms of when you measure the incidence of these products in the category. So they have done their job. Second area, we will launch a buy one get one offer, basically a deep discount offer in this quarter in the month of July. Now, this is the first time ever that we have introduced this offer, and we made this open offer on and advertised on the TV on it. Third thing which we have done in this quarter is that we have increased our aggression in terms of reaching out to the consumers, in terms of our marketing energies which we spent during this quarter. The impact of all this is that our same-store growth has reacted very positively. That same-store growth is in the region of 6.6%, whereas although there is no research for me to say that, we believe that if we aggregate top 4-5 players in the market, they've grown negatively in terms of same-store growth. And
you were able to sustain the same-store sales growth at about 6.5% sequentially. Can we expect that you would better this growth rate in the second half of this calendar year?
What is also I'd like to add, during the first half, what has happened that month to month the same-store growth has fluctuated. Now look at the first quarter, month on month it was improving. In the second half, first few months it was good, but later on it declined. So there is a wide volatility. There is a fluctuation in the same-store growth. In view of that, estimating or predicting future same-store growth becomes a little difficult. However, in the beginning of the year, we've given an estimate that we will grow at around 8 to 10%. As of now, it seems that we will not be able to grow in that range. We will definitely grow lower than that number, but we are not able to pinpoint a particular number for the same. And as a result, there is another thing which you may ask. In terms of EBITDA margins also, earlier we predicted that we will have about 16.5% margin. In view that same-store growth could be lower than what we predicted earlier, even the margins could be lower than 16.5%. Again here, I will not be able to say what kind of margins exactly we will have, but we will have a lower margin than what we have given an estimate earlier at 16.5%.
Obviously, the problem for you is the kind of cost pressure, and that impacted the operating performance. What are you doing to curb cost pressures?
We're definitely taking steps right now to curtail this. First of all, typically we do 2 price increases every year, one in the first half and one in the second half. In the second half, the price increase and within this month we'll take the price increase. Typically the price increase is in the range of 3% every year, every time we do it, but this time our price increase will be slightly higher than 3%, it will be around 5%. The reason is that although Q2 the inflation was there, it was higher than what we have expected, Q3 it will be even higher, and going forward we believe that the trend is going to continue. And the one ingredient which is impacting this is significantly is milk prices, which has an impact on the cheese prices, which is one of the large ingredient for our raw material. So this is the first impact which we have, or first efforts we are making to reduce the raw material costs. Second, definitely when we are growing at this kind of number, we definitely go back to our business partner. We tell them saying that this is the volume additional we are giving them, so that they can leverage that volume. They can spread over their volumes over the larger volume. They spread their overheads over the larger volumes, and as a result, they can reduce the impact of inflation. We also offer our Six Sigma practices to our vendors, and that's how they can reduce their expenses and have an impact which is lesser than what is the market inflation has been. So all these efforts are being done right now.
How was the performance of Dunkin' Donuts during the quarter?
See, Dunkin' Donut has been doing very good. The burger has been very well accepted by the consumers, and we have seen the surge in the orders in the stores, the incremental consumers coming to us. So our strategy for Dunkin' Donut has been all-day part food. Initially, we launched sandwiches as a part of the food, apart from the donuts and coffee. Then we have added burgers. Now burgers have taken the sales to definitely much higher level than we have anticipated at the time of the launch. So we have got a very positive move in this direction. We will be adding further more product in the Dunkin' Donut umbrella, and we believe that stores will be positive earlier than what we have thought.
Okay. And what is the outlook on the demand and the discretionary consumption going forward for you as a company?
See, the fluctuations are wide in terms of same-store growth, and we believe that the consumer sentiment is going to remain weak. Although we have seen the market going touching all-time high, but again the retail participation is not there, and it is driven more by liquidity. We believe that the consumer sentiment is also similar one. It is driven by the hard facts, not by the just sentiment that Sensex is going up and that's how the consumer sentiment can go up. We believe that consumer sentiment will remain weak for some time to come, but it is very difficult to predict right now when exactly it will bottom down and go up from there.
Okay, we'll leave it at that, Ravi. Thanks so much for taking the time out and being with us and giving us that view. 3% higher for Jubilant trade. Sandeep, it's probably a day of the concept stocks, never mind what the market is doing. Down 1% for the Nifty, but both Jubilant and Just Dial have done well. Chart check on Jubilant.
Viraj, I would want it to break 1220 also, currently at around 1200, so quite possible a couple of % up move, and it stays there. That would be important for me. Just intraday is not enough and volumes coming in. Jubilant can go beyond 1300, 1320, so I would talk of a 7, 8, 10% upside over the next few days or weeks, but I would rather wait for a break of 1220.
Okay, Prakash, I don't know if charts can suggest something for Just Dial because it doesn't have too much of a history, but if you can pull up the charts and say whether the stock can head higher from these levels.
Yes, certainly. Even if a little history is enough, I think structurally is still positive, has seen good up move. There have been corrections, the corrections have been absorbed. To my mind, the structure is still positive. Only thing is we need to be trading the stock with a trailing stop and trade higher. 1170 seems to be a very, very strong support zones. As long as that holds, I think it's up. Can it go to 1300, 1350, 1400? Yes. In time to come, it can even go there. Only thing is we need to chase it with a trailing stop. That's all. Its structure is positive.
Sandeep, come to you on BF Utilities. I mean, after the splendid run